The rain was coming down in sheets, drumming against the windshield as I sat in the car, watching the house that used to feel like home. My home. Now it was just a place where I knew something inside had cracked, something that couldn't be glued back together with soft apologies or forced smiles. Her words still echoed in my head. "I think I'm done, James." She had said it like she was talking about the weather, her voice calm, detached, rehearsed. For a while I didn't move. The air inside the car felt heavy, thick with the ghost of everything we'd shared. I could see her silhouette through the window, pacing, her phone in her hand. That small, glowing screen, the one that had pulled her away from me night after night, was now the only thing she seemed to care about. When I finally stepped out and walked up the path, the cold bit at my skin. I opened the door quietly. The faint smell of vanilla candles hit me, mixed with something new. His cologne, not mine, froze. Her voice carried from the kitchen. "I told you I'll call you later. He's home soon." That was all I needed to hear. My chest tightened, and the ground seemed to tilt beneath me. Every suspicion, every late-night excuse, every sudden girls' outing, clicked into place with brutal clarity. I stood there for a few seconds, long enough for the weight of it to settle. Then I stepped into view. She jumped like she'd seen a ghost, her phone slipping from her hand. "James, you're home early." "Yeah," I said. "I figured I'd surprise you." Her eyes darted to the phone on the floor, then back to me. I didn't need to check it. Already knew. "Who was that?" "Yes." My voice was too calm, almost foreign. She hesitated. "Just a coworker. We were going over project notes." I looked at her, really looked at her. The way her hands fidgeted, how her breathing hitched. Lies have a rhythm, and hers was perfectly rehearsed. I'd heard it too many times. "Right," I said, nodding. "A coworker who wears Creed Aventus." Her mouth opened slightly. She didn't expect me to know. She didn't expect me to notice anything anymore. That's how far apart we'd grown. She sat down at the table, shoulders sagging. "James, I can't do this anymore." "What exactly can't you do?" "This," she said quietly, motioning between us. "The pretending. The silence. The waiting for something that's been gone for years." Her words cut, but there was a strange honesty in them. Part of me wanted to shout, to demand how long she'd been sneaking around. But another part, the tired, broken part, just wanted to understand when she'd stopped being mine. "Who is he?" "Yes." She shook her head, tears forming. "It doesn't matter." "It matters to me," I said, my tone sharpening. "You made me believe we were still worth saving. You let me fight alone for something you'd already buried." The silence stretched. The only sound was the rain hammering against the windows. "Finally," she whispered. "It started as comfort. He listened when you didn't. He made me feel seen." There it was, the knife twisting. The justification that cheaters always use. I took a step back, breathing hard, trying to hold on to some piece of composure. She kept talking, maybe to fill the space between us, maybe to convince herself. "I didn't plan it, James. I swear I didn't. It just happened, and I don't even know who I am anymore." I wanted to laugh. That line, "I don't know who I am," was always the prelude to destruction. "Then maybe," I said slowly, "you should go find out." Her head shot up. "What do you mean?" I looked her straight in the eyes. "You said you don't know who you are. Go figure it out. But you don't get to find yourself while you're breaking me." The words hung there between us like smoke. I didn't shout, didn't slam anything, didn't throw accusations. I just walked to the bedroom, grabbed my jacket, and pulled out the small envelope I'd been keeping in my desk drawer. Something I'd prepared weeks ago when I first started to feel her slipping away. She watched as I set it on the table. "What's that?" "Divorce papers," I said quietly. "I guess I knew before you did." Her face went pale. She looked stunned, like she never expected me to be the one to end it. "James, wait, please. I just need time to think. To figure out what I want." I met her gaze, calm and unflinching. "You already did." When I turned to leave, she reached for me, but I pulled back. That was the first time I truly saw her. Not as my wife, not as my love, but as the stranger she'd become. I walked out into the rain, my body numb but my mind sharp. The drive was quiet except for the rhythmic slap of wipers cutting through the storm. I didn't cry. Not then. Not yet. I just kept driving until the city lights blurred into streaks of white and gold. For days, I stayed with a friend, ignoring her calls, her messages, her long, pleading emails. Each one felt like an echo of a woman who once loved me but now only wanted absolution. I couldn't give her that. Then, a week later, someone knocked on my door. It was her best friend, Rachel. She stood there looking nervous, her hair wet from the drizzle. "Can I come in?" she asked. I hesitated but stepped aside. She held her phone like it was burning her fingers. "I think you need to see this." On the screen were photos, screenshots from social media, messages, dates. Proof that it wasn't just one mistake or one night. It had been going on for months. Rachel's voice shook as she said, "She made me lie to you, James. Said if I covered for her, it would all blow over. But I can't do it anymore." For a moment I couldn't speak. The final thread holding my denial together snapped clean. I looked at the images, each one a small funeral for every memory we'd built. "Why are you telling me this?" finally asked. "Because," she said softly, "you deserve someone who doesn't confuse love with convenience." That night, after she left, I sat in the dark, the papers still on the table where I'd left them. And for the first time I didn't feel anger or grief, just relief. When she called again the next day, I picked up. She sounded broken, desperate. "James, please. I made a mistake. We can fix this." I closed my eyes and whispered the only 3 words that mattered now. "It's too late." And just like that, everything we'd built together, every promise, every lie, every trace of us, was gone.